Telefon is a 1977 spy film directed by Don Siegel and starring Charles Bronson, Pleasence and Lee Remick. It was based on a 1975 novel about mind control by Walter Wager. Plot: after the Cuban Missile Crisis, the Soviet Union planted a number of long-term, deep-cover sleeper agents all over the United States. Spies so thoroughly brainwashed that even they did not know they were agents and can be activated only by a special code phrase. A line from Robert Frost's poem, "Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening," followed by their real given names. Their mission was to sabotage crucial parts of the civil and military infrastructure in the event of conflict. More than 20 years pass, and the Cold War gradually gives way to détente. Narrowly escaping a relentless purge of old Stalinism loyalists, Nikolai Dalchymsky, Donald Pleasence, a rogue KGB headquarters clerk, travels to America, taking with him the Telefon book, which contains the names, addresses and telephone numbers of all the sleeper agents. He starts activating them, one by one. American counterintelligence is thrown into confusion when seemingly ordinary citizens blow up what are formerly top-secret facilities that were declassified or abandoned years before, then commit suicide. The KGB dares not tell its political leaders, much less the Americans, about its negligence in not deactivating the spy network. Major Grigory Borzov, Charles Bronson, who is selected for his photographic memory, memorizes the contents of the only other copy of the Telefon book. He is then sent to find and stop Dalchymsky quietly before either side learns what is happening, and embarrasses the KGB or possibly starts a nuclear war. He is given the assistance of only a single agent planted in America, Barbara Lee Remick. Eventually, Borzov discovers the method behind Dalchymsky's madness. He chooses the agents by the first letters of their hometowns, writing his own name in sabotage across America. Using that information, Borzov is finally able to locate Dalchymsky and kill him. However, there are a number of twists. Barbara has orders from the KGB to assassinate Borzov once he succeeds to get rid of a dangerous loose end. She is a double agent. But when she informs her American superior, Sandberg, Frank Marth, he also tells her to kill Borzov, so she will gain the confidence of the KGB. However, she has fallen in love with her would-be target. She informs Borzov, and together, they blackmail both sides into leaving them alone, holding the threat of the remaining Telefon agents over their heads. Cast: Charles Bronson as Major Grigory Borzov, Lee Remick as Barbara, Donald Pleasence as Nikolai Dalchymsky, Tyne Daly as Dorothy Putterman, Alan Bedell as Colonel Malchenko, Patrick McGee as General Strelsky, Cherie North as Marie Wills, Frank Marth as Harley Sandberg, John Mitchum as Harry Bascom, Ed Bakey as Carl Hassler, Hank Brandt as William Enders, R.K. Lindman as L.T. Alexandrov, Ann Sarikinen as Dalchymsky's mother, Kathleen O'Malley as Mrs. Maloney, Michael Byrne as Soviet military officer. Uncredited. Production. Principal photography began in January 1977. As parts of the film were shot in Finland, there are several cameo appearances by Finnish movie stars, most notably Ann Sarikinen, arguably the most popular leading lady in the history of the country's cinema. The city skyline depicting Houston, where part of the storyline occurred, is actually that of Great Falls, Montana, where the majority of the film was shot. During filming, the crew had to order 2 truckloads of snow needed for one of the scenes, because the Chinook winds in the area took away snow they had. They were trucked from the mountains. Filming in downtown Great Falls was also included. The exploding building in one scene is actually the controlled demolition of the old Paris Gibson Junior High School. The explosion scene was filmed on February 20, 1977. The present-day Paris Gibson Square was undamaged, but the explosion started roof fires on a couple of nearby houses that were quickly extinguished by city firefighters hired by the movie company on standby. The Houston scenes were shot on a Hollywood backlit, while the interior of the Houston Hyatt Regency was portrayed by 5 Embarcadero Center in San Francisco, California, the location which was also used in the Towering Inferno. The scenes with fires and explosions at a rocket engine test site were filmed at Rocketene's Santa Susana Field Laboratory in the mountains northwest of Los Angeles. According to director Siegel, actress Lee Remick was terrified of Charles Bronson, and when asked to touch his face during a scene, responded, "I don't dare. He'll bite me." Quote, see also, The Manchurian Candidate, The Simultaneous Man, The Naked Gun, From the Files of Police Squad, a comedy film whose plot borrows heavily from Telefon, Salt, and 2010 action film starring Angelina Jolie about Russian sleeper agents, assassinations in fiction, conspiracy thriller, Homeland, TV series, Telefon on Internet Movie Database, Telefon at the TCM Movie Database, Telefon at All Movie.